Saya adalah mewakili apa ni bukti dengan karya ini satu padu untuk satu padu manusia, tak kira bangsa dan tak kira agama.
Bagi kaum saya, kaum Melayu, sesungguhnya kamu adalah salah seorang di antara rasul-rasul yang berada di atas jalan Tuhan yang lurus. Masa itulah saya dilantik Tuhan.
Maka kepada saya melalui mimpi saya dipaku mimpi pada 1 hari 11 tahun 2019 untuk memberitahu kepada umat Nabi Muhammad walau satu kali. Saya Aku Melayu.
The faith of Ahli Sunnah wal Jamaah is the dominant influence of Muslims around the world, including in Malaysia. Malaysia is among the Muslim countries that has stipulated that the official holding of the Muslim community in this country is based on the creed and fatwa of the faith of the Ahli Sunnah wal Jamaah. However, Islam has never been silenced from threats and attempts that disturb the sanctity of the manhaj Ahli Sunnah wal Jamaah in terms of creeds, Sharia and the morals of its adherents. The spirits of heresy, especially in Malaysia, if refined, not only come from the real enemies of Islam, but also from attempts to mislead and mislead Muslims by using the names of Islam, which is supposedly to maintain the sanctity of these religions. Devianism is defined as any teaching that is supported by Muslims or non-Muslims, but it is contrary to the Quran, As-Sunnah, Ijma' and Qiyas, and contradict the handle of fatwa of Ahli Sunnah wal Jamaah, expert from the points of view of faith, Sharia and morals. Deviant teachings have a very wide scope, whether it is deviant from the points of view of belief or creed, deviant from the points of view of practice or Sharia, and deviant from the points of view of morality or devotion between servants with the gods.
Heresy has become a cancer that needs to be eradicated from the root and cannot be given the space and opportunity for it to spread and flourish like the mushrooms after the rain in the state of Selangor, in particular in Malaysia in general. Because of that, society needs to be given a clear exposure and understanding of what is said or meant by heresy, and its dangers and characteristics to Muslims, especially the youth today and not the elderly, in order to ensure that their beliefs are true, received and not fragile and easily led astray by misguidance that leads to politism, ultimately leading to misfortune and loss in this world and the hereafter. First, ridiculing, insulting and denying the content of the Quran. That is, either a part of any verse of the Quran or the whole of it, or changing, adding and amending, and denying the authenticity of the existing Quran as per Shia and Quranic teachings. Second is mocking, insulting and disobeying the Sharia of His Majesty the Prophet Muhammad SAW. That is, teachings that mock or insult or deny and disobey the Sharia that His Majesty the Prophet SAW brought, either in whole or in part. For example, the teachings of the Baha'i religion, Qadiani, the teachings of Prince Father and Good Harun. That is, surrendering yourself, property, family and paying zakat to the leader of the group only. That is, to deceive, trick and use followers to collect funds, surrender all property, whether cars, houses, ringgit money and so on, which is said to be on the basis of struggle, jihad and holy sacrifice.
Steps to prevent heresy teaching. Firstly, equip yourself with a true understanding of Islam. The influence of heretical teachings can be repelled with a true understanding of Islam through the formal or informal learning process. Secondly, spreading Islamic teachings. Islamic teachings must be revealed to the public through various methods, such as through the social media, forums, and newspapers with true news, so that the public are not easily deceived by false teachings. Thirdly, cooperation between law enforcement. Law enforcers must be united in fighting to reduce the activities of this heresy from spreading in the country, such as monitoring the heretical teaching.
Negeri Datuk Abdul Halim Tawil yang memberitahu kini kumpulan tersebut sedang dipantau oleh Jabatan Agama Islam Melaka, JAIM, melibatkan semua platform termasuk media sosial.
Lastly, faith restoration program. The government should provide counseling services to people who have been involved in this heresy so that they do not deviate from the true path of Islam and practice for being a good person in future.
Pada Isa, 40 tahun, pembebasan bersyarat itu memberi peluang kepadanya untuk membantu keluarga selain mahu mempelajari ilmu agama bagi menjadi insan yang lebih baik.
His name is Muhammad bin Abi Bakar. A famous nickname is Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah. He was born on January 29, 1292. He died on September 15, 1315. His name is Yusuf bin Abdullah bin Ali bin Yusuf. His nickname is Sheikh Yusuf al-Qaradawi. He died on 9 September 1926 and died on 26 September 2022. This is the third one, Muhammad ibn Salih bin Muhammad. He was born on 27 March 1992. He died on January 10 on 2001.
Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah's opinion on deviant teaching. Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah staunchly rejected innovations in religious matters. He believed that any deviation from the established teachings of Islam as derived from the Quran and Sunnah constitute heresy. He considered deviant teaching as a form of heresy that undermines the authenticity and purity of Islamic belief and practices. Al-Qaradawi also explained the factors that cause Sufism view negatively by a part of the Muslim community. He concluded that the damage in Sufism is due to the existence of deviant groups. These people are those who consider themselves as Sufis, but the truth is they are the misguided group. This group prioritize feelings and emotions solely and not taking knowledge from Al-Quran and As-Sunnah. Whereas, according to Al-Qaradawi, true Sufism is a group based on the Quran and the Sunnah. Thus, Al-Qaradawi rejects the view of those who criticize Sufism and assume that the sources of the Sufism has been taken from Christianity, Buddhism and others. He emphasized that Sufism is indeed found in Islam and has a deep foundation in the Quran, the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, and the companions who have the characteristics of asceticism and do not like luxurious life as an attitude Khalid, Umar radhiyallahu anhu, Ali radhiyallahu anhu, Abu Darda, Salman al-Farisi, Abu Dhar radhiyallahu anhu, and others. Is it true that Imam Ibn Uthaymin rahimahullah did not teach terrorist congregation Qadriyah? And how is the authentic method in this problem? It is authentic that Sheikh Muhammad bin Saleh al-Uthaymin said he is one of those who are strong in fighting against terrorism, against child, against wudu and extremism, as well as congregations and their groups and networks. It's all the same whether it's through his delivery in general or specifically. As for the person who thinks differently from that, then it is obligatory for him to establish it. And indeed, we hear it a lot and often preached to some congregations when it was clear to him about the danger, the badness and the harm. He once answered a question in the year 1490 Hijrah at the most of the student dormitory at the Imam bin Saud al-Islami University about the network of Ikhwan congregations. And he explained the dangers and what they have in their form of divisions in belief and dividing the Muslim community. In conclusion, let's not follow the footsteps of those who go astray and mislead. We must understand God's teachings well and always follow the right path to avoid all forms of error.